Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to StarCrawlers with me, Cornish-Knight, a game produced by Juggernaut and developed using the Unity engine. This is a CRPG similar to Grimrock, and it has similar traits to, say, JRPGs. It's a turn-based system. It's very, very fun, and I'm really happy to introduce it to you. Let us dive right in. It's basically like a mixture of ShadowRun and Stars Valtin. It has that really sort of grim, not grim, but like espionage-based futuristic like RPG. It's really fun. I'm happy to show it to you. Let's get right in. Proceed. Dangerous and dangerous FTL travel is limited to a select group of UFP support. Hey, here we are, boss. Terminus. Let's see. Terminus 11. Hub for the sector. I can never remember. Is it the 1 comes before the 10 in Roman numerals? I think it is. Yes, must be 11. Hub for the sector. Maybe it's nicer inside than it looks from out here, declares Luna, your pilot. I do love the art style in this. Guess we'll find out together. Let's dock. Word is the bartender runs the wire here. He's the only one who we should talk about getting us some jobs. Plenty of credits to be made if we can get on his good side. Time for a drink then. Rightio. We need to choose a class. Be male or female. Let's play as a female character. One hour mode is activated. Limit to 1 hour save automatically updates. Death is permanent and gear is lost forever. Autosave update when the character dies, not for the faint of hearted. I won't do this right now just because obviously do I want to do this? Yeah, let's go Iron Man. Go biggest, go home, as they say. Right, let's see. When you need a target taken down with brutal efficiency, you need a cyber ninja. Hailing from the homeworld of yokai, they occasionally join crawler crews which pursue their own mysterious agendas. We can use light weapons, or melee weapons, pistols, rifles, light and tactical armor, and light, tactical and heavy shields. Engineers are handy with a Permato wrench and can rig just about anything with an infusion of gigawatts from their mega suit. Expert support using their constructs and mechanical skills. They can use light melee weapons, heavy melee weapons, pistols, submachine guns, rifles and shotguns. They can use light tactical armor or light tactical and heavy shields. See, this is also what they look like. You can they change quite a lot when you basically make the male or female. Who are these? Force Psyker. From the monastery homeship Geldud, Force Psykers quest to hone their powers and collect tithes. Initiates often fall in with crawlers where they have the ability to shape raw physical energy and make them valuable allies. Light melee weapons, heavy melee weapons, rifles, shotguns, heavy weapons. Light tactical heavy, light tactical heavy for both armor and shields. Ooh, that's interesting. That could be something fun. You've got your hacker. Master nanite manipulators. Hackers are in demand with crawlers looking to bypass security systems. Ill suited for solo combat, hackers provide support, beneficial optimizations and crippling malware. Shady individuals with reputations for getting the job done, even if they're the only survivors. Smooth operators both in and out of combat. They're not afraid to test their luck on a risky move. Okay, so what do these guys look like in the male form? That looks cool. I was thinking of them this is the one I'm sort of thinking of going with. Having her as the main tank of the unit and then specialising some other people. Soldier. Is that a woman? Hard to tell. Soldiers are all about blowing things up, explosions and detonations capable of both dishing out damage and absorbing incoming fire as an effective meat shield. Not really interested in playing a soldier, to be honest. Void Psyker. Void Psykers channel powerful and destructive psionics to obliterate their enemies. Tapping into these powers does come with a few side effects, making them an unstable ally. Ooh, interesting. Melee weapons, pistols, SMGs, rifles. They can use light armor, but they can have the full shield. These guys are full light and tactical for the smuggler for the armor, light for the hacker. I'm really tempted to actually play a Void Psyker. But it would mean I'd have to hire party members quickly. It might just... I'm going to go with basically the Force Psyker. And let's call her... Cornish-Knight. I cannot. Okay. Let's just call her Cornish. And so going to be level 1. Create backstory. Do we want to increase the difficulty? No. Post-mission healing. Downed crawlers suffer injuries. Boosts enemy and trap strength. Boost boss fight scale to your level. No auto healing. Downed crawlers suffer permanent injuries. Deadly enemies. Let's just go with standard for now. And we can probably come back later and play it on a slightly harder difficulty. Create backstory. This is what I like about this game, is that you can actually select your backstory. It makes some stuff. It makes a lot of interesting variables. It changes how people interact with you. It changes how you interact with people. Outlander. Your father was on the Geldud, and so your mother claimed. Why he travelled as far as the slums of Luna 2, and why he abandoned your family are questions she would not answer. Other children mock you openly for the crazy things she claimed. Gains street code, unlocks special event options. House Zil. Your family had led the spiritual and master development of the Gerdud for decades. Raised with the very best education and training, it is your calling to defend those who cannot defend themselves. Formal education. Again, unlocks special events options. House Wardead. All psychos struggle to control their gift, but members of House Wardead seem to relish in defying restraint. Some claim they focus too much on the destruction they can be wrought by the mighty force of Force Psyker. Ooh, that's interesting. So we can either have like an abandoned background, sort of like noble background, or literally just have the equivalent of sort of, I suppose you'd probably say like Chaos Knights or something if you're using Warhammer. You like have basically people that are all about power. So basically like the Krogan from Mass Effect. Fringe code to unlock special events. Let's go with... I'm really fancying having having Cornish to have her to be sort of like someone that's all about basically just pure one destruction. Do we want to do that? Well, since we're supposed to be a brave knight of Cornwall, let's go formal education. Righteous Fury. Your adulthood. Righteous Fury. Pilgrimages to Tersan turn violent when you arrive to find Chimera soldiers desecrating the holy site. Your mentor called for restraint, but you struck down the soldier with Righteous Fury. Your cause was just. Gain -30 rep with Chimera, but plus 5% damage. Okay, so to mention this now, there are like a whole load of corporations, some big, some small, and you have reputation. It's like ShadowRun. So if you annoy corporations, they can basically send people out to kill you. There's all kinds of nasty stuff that can happen. Joylin Biotech Ally. While studying the biological changes accompanying your gift, you corresponded and forced alliances with scientists of Joylin Biotech. Though a corporation so to be treated with care, you found them to be honourable. 5% rep for 3% health increase. Zealous Crusader, caught up in the fervour of the younger houses, you joined a war pilgrimage that smashed through the pirates of the Dark Room. Evil must never be tolerated, it must be crushed. Bad rep with the Crimson Pact. 5% critical, 5% damage. Ooh, that is nice. These guys are criminals, but I'd rather be like a Zealous Crusader. Like, Righteous Fury is good, but these guys this Chimera is like a big corporation. So let's go with these guys, plus 5% more damage, 5% more crit. And as of we are now, an Acolyte, you've been granted the rank of Acolyte and are sent to bring honour, glory and tithes to the Geldud. You strike out boldly and hone your powers against challenges of the fringe. Patient, a terrible transgression occurred, and our tribune named you as the guilty party banished from the Geldud until your sins have been absolved. You are cast out into the fringe. Rebel wanderer, tired of the routine discipline of the Geldud, you steal away in the dead of night and seek adventure. Stopped by the houseboat to pick up a few choice items first, of course. So we can have these affect what our loadout start off with. We can have an uncommon weapon with the Acolyte background, we can have a rare accessory item with the Penitent background, or we can have 150 credits. Let's go with Penitent. Only the Penitent man may pass, to quote Indiana Jones, because you get a nice rare accessory which could be really useful at the off. So here's the stuff we get. We have formal education. We started off as basically being from a house that was spiritual martial development of the Geldud for decades. We then went on a zealous crusade against wanton destructive pirates, which has made us enemies. And during the crusade, something terrible transgressing occurred, and we were forced to go on basically a penal or a penitent crusade to fix it, as we are sent deep into the fringes of space. And this is StarCrawlers. Welcome to the hub. Basically, a lot of this stuff will open up. I will go into detail. For those of you who wish to play this game, you have a whole host. This is basically your menu. You can switch your characters here. These are your stats. This is your equipment. You can go for the roster of people when you have more of them. This is your health, your shield. This is basically your custom image. If you can switch it around if you wish. You can edit your files and edit your combat event name. You can place custom image, place an image in the format blah blah blah. I'll do that right now. Your experiences, the amount of shield you have in combat. You also have the codex, which explains. There isn't a tutorial in this game, I will say this. The only downside of this game is there isn't really. Well, not until you do the first mission. So my advice is that you basically read through the basics. You read through basically this stuff here, it will help you. You also have an information log. These are the corporations, as you can see here. United Federation, an uneasy alliance of mega corporations that will dominance over routinely exploit the outer world in a never-ending quest for wealth. These are basically like the main, this is the UFP, the United Federation of Prosperity. Anarchists, loosely affiliated and barely organised, these groups seek to downfall the UFP and have freedom from control for any kind. Yeah, as you can see, I'm hostile, they basically hate me, feared even more than the Corps and trusted even less than the crawlers. Space pirates have long been a threat to colonies and trade on the edges of space. And then there's other corporations unaffiliated with the UFP. The corporations often face significant challenges in maintaining their independence under Federation policy. And then this is dossiers and bonus stuff. Basically these are the main powers, these are the opponents, and these are the other party. But we get into that. We have our abilities, we should choose to have 3 points to spend. This works very similar to Borderlands in some ways with the upgrade system, which is you can't purchase the later upgrade until you've put enough points in. It goes free, basically it's in groups of 3. So let's see, what do we want to get? Force Hammer. Expend 40 force energy to manifest a physical hammer that strikes strikes as your equipment weapon and deals 100% damage. That would be nice. Let's grab that. Warding blow, expand 44 to smash a foe for 30 weapon damage. Yeah, let's go with that. 30% weapon damage. And create a barrier on your lowest health ally. That's quite a nice one. Argus strike. Expend 40 energy to throw a shield or physical energy that deals 40% weapon damage and strikes up to 3 enemies. Gains 5% damage with each strike. That's cool. We'll just take all 3 of them because I haven't got much experience with this particular class. I only ever played the smuggler. So C's updated. You can go here to the terminal, which allows you to communicate with corporations if you're allied or other. And let's dive right in for a mission, shall we? A haggard-looking bartender is working in the bar. His mech arm continuing to wipe down the pitted counter as he sizes you up. Evening, haven't seen you here before, so welcome to the station, Terminus 11. Jewel of the sector, locals call her Sticks for short. What's your poison? We can have. These are the normal ones. I'm looking for work. I've heard the other person to talk to. Terminus 11, what happened to the... Oh, sorry, that's Terminus 9, is it? Oh, of course, it's the other way around. I always get confused if... basically, if you have the lesser character before the larger character, you're taking it away, so it's basically... Is that right? Why is it? Yeah, it is. Basically, you're taking it away, so the X in Roman numerals is 10, so it's 1 from X, or 1 from 10, which is 9, so it's basically Terminus 9. Terminus 9, what happened to the other 8? We can do formal education. I recall studying manuscripts dealing with the Terminus installations, but I'm here to seek a paying quest. Let's go with this one. That's so. I can tell you've got some decent book learning to you, and while I appreciate the scholarly, you might find yourself in lonely company on sticks. Best keep the 10 cred words to yourself here. Taking a long drag of the scar, the doc stares at you evenly. I'm not hiring janitors at the moment. You understand me, my friend. Just funnying with you. It's not every cycle we got a new crawler. He leans forward on the creaking bar. Trouble is, my wire terminal is on the fritz. I can't get you any work until it's fixed. Maybe you could do me a favour and grab some spare parts from the basement. What's the wire? Wait, is this some tutorial or are you tutorialing me? Basically, this is like the tutorial mission. What's the wire? Green to calling air. The wire is the main source of information out here in Sticks, unless you count the drivel that passes for news off the corporate channels. Yeah, we're not going to listen to corporate news. He glances around and leans in. It's also how us agents get jobs to pass on to crawlers. Help me get it fixed and I'll find you some work. What do you say? So, I can do that. He waves you off and turns to deal with a surly customer, calling to you over his shoulder as he goes. Thanks much. I'll stick it on the job board, check it out, and then head on down to the basement whenever. Watch out for Sudas. Sudas? Had to toss the guy out. Tab as long as my arm. Put the job on the board for you as you can see how it works. Check the board, open your stash. This is where we can stash items we want to keep. Hire a new crawler. We can hire new people, but it will cost us money. And the price for hiring people goes up. So it's like an investment every time you want to pick someone that you want. Let's check out the board quickly. Before you learn to crawl, the first mission, employer, Doc Sam, target Sticks basement at level 4, assist, asset acquisition, normal, city level. Doc Sam wants you to head down to the Sticks basement and look for a replacement part to fix his wire terminal. Once the wire is active, he may be able to find you some paying work. So we get 10 credits for the reward and 40 XP. Let's go. We've only got us to go with. Launch the mission. Herding cats, activating plops, insinuating holograms, loading morals. Basically, the loading screen has very tongue-in-cheek information. Stella Marin was founded by Dubal Yotaki, Asteroid Hound Technologies, and Urine Biotech. Here we go. This is basically a tutorial mission. So we can move. You can look around using the mouse, and you basically move with this with your WASD keys. This is very similar. This is like has very roguelike elements, which is that the world moves only when you move F for flashlight. Let's see if we can find anything lying around. Ooh, dead rat. No, thank you. Not going to pick it up. There's a box over there. Anything else? Lunchbox. You can auction this out on the black market. Bonds can be found to explore and search for secret caches. Ooh, that's cool. Anything else? Nope. You have to really look around in this game. Many objects can be interacted. Many objects are interactive. Look at an object and click on it for information. Right, someone has securely locked this door. You need to find a manual to override it. You can get it open. Try search the room for other of your switch. Ah, there we go. This is laid out in like your traditional D&D square grid based network map, as you can see up here. But with the map, we basically move by squares. There's our objective. We've explored 25%. The doors pop open. As the door grinds open, a small hooded figure darts through and past you towards the exit. It pauses and as he turns to study you. It appears to be a small child, probably a station urchin. Underneath the tatters of a filthy cloak, you see a glint of something shiny. Call out that you mean no harm. Order the urchin to hold still. Leave the urchin alone. Call out that you mean the child no harm. You call out in a firm voice, but you mean no harm. The child startles at the sound of your voice and slips into the shadows. Okay. That was a shame. I wonder if we had different dialogue, we had something different. Okay, let's have a look around. Lasers have got that blocked off. Stubborn door, ability points. Each class has abilities that will be able to aid the team both in combat and exploring. When you gain a level, you gain 1 ability point. This door isn't locked, but stubbornly refuses to open. Using your unique talent, you should be able to convince it to open. If you haven't already, open the character menu and assign a point. It's basically like the whole tutorial thing. You can do Guardian, Force, Psyker, Smite the door with raw power, Sentinel, Force, Psyker, Manifest a Force Hammer and Smite the door. Basically they're all the same, we're all just smiting the door. Manifest a Force Hammer and Smite the door. Okay, we're in this room. We got... some kind of terminal, suspicious terminal. Panels like this won't provide access to local security systems. You can hack them. You fumble with the interface, but surprised to find it isn't that complex. Security has been disabled. Cornish, with an intractable will, the path never falters. Okay, that's open. There's a secret stash in here as well that we should try and find if we are able. I wonder where it is. And we're into combat. You've entered the combat mode with an enemy. The turn order of combat is shown on the timeline above. Activated characters in the top left. On your turn, click and hold on target to see your ability. Will release over the ability to activate it. Time units. Abilities have different time units cost to activate. Faster abilities cost fewer time units. Slower abilities cost more time units but are harder to hit. Time unit arrow shows where you will move in the timeline if your ability is used. So basically this is the timeline up top. We have 100 force. Force energy is consumed to fuel your abilities. You generate 5 force each turn. This is basically the special resources this character class has. So I go first, then with him because he's got basically 5 points already on. So let's see, we can use an item. We can do an angular strike, which will push me basically to there in the turn order. Wandering blow. 85% accuracy. They have all the same accuracy. Which one? Let's just, since we're not worrying about damage or about force energy, let's go with this one. So we manifest our force hammer and we just smash it into the robot. You've just been hit by a status effect. Both positive and negative status effects are displayed on the character battle icon at the top of the screen. Click on the battle icon for more details. Thoroughly scrubbed We are Sparkles, thoroughly scrubbed by Sudsy. So it's a cleaning robot, okay, so it's our turn again. Let's just punch it. Let's just punch it. Ooh, I missed. Cornish is signed to perfection. And we just smash its head in, and it just crumbles to dust on the floor. We get some experience for killing them. You get experience every time you finish a combat. One thing I will say in this game is that it takes you a while to level up, so my advice is to clear out levels. Let's see what's in here. I think this is the part we need. Loot. You have found modules and some loot. Right click. 4 Psychers. Foxkin Blaster. Uncommon heavy weapon. Damage 14 damage per shot with 2 shots. That's cool. We'll look over the details in a second. There is supposed to be some kind of like stash lying about. I don't know where that is. Let's have a quick look. See if we can find it, the hidden stash. Let's just see if we can find it. It's supposed to be somewhere around here, I don't know where. In the floor perhaps. Hidden in the floor. This game is very good at hiding stuff if they don't want you to find it. I've played a little bit of this, to be honest, just to get my my understanding of the basic mechanics down. There's the exit. Dead rats. Ooh. What did we find? Wow, I didn't know that was even there, to be honest. I honestly did not know that was there. We find a hidden stash. And it's basically a med kit. Okay. So let's jump in the elevator. Yes. We get the experience, we get payment. Before you learn to crawl, can now Doc Sound can now fix the wire connection and have found you jobs. You should head back to the sound to deliver it. Bonus, located the secret cache. As you stroll through the station, a cloaked figure slides up to you. Doral, new adventurers in our conversation. Yes, I can always spot a potential business partner from a parsec away. Who are you? We've met before, I'm sure of it. Business partner, not interested. Who are you? Where are my manners? Doral, at your service, proprietor of the black market and purveyor of hot goods and even hotter gossip. Actually, you do look familiar. Have we met before? We've met before, I'm sure of it. Oh, perhaps. I do try and forget every face that enters. My humble store helps with plausible deniability, you see, but I digress. We will be business partners, I'm sure of it. Business partners? Indeed. Here, he hands you a small glowing cube with from the photo's robe. These are Eon Cube. This is an Eon Cube. Bring me any that you find and I'll trade you for them. Keep that as an example for good favour and what to look for when you're crawling. What is it? A mere bauble, really. A market trinket from Aramazon that was produced en masse before the company went bankrupt. You'll notice the unique serial knots into each casing, quite collectible for the idle rich, but otherwise worthless. Why are you collecting them? A client has contracted me to acquire as many as possible for a private collector. They're trading rare gear in exchange, and I, most humbly, am broker for the transaction. Before you ask, no, you cannot meet the client or deliver the cubes yourself. My client values privacy. I value my cut. What are you trading them for? Excellent question. Our client has access to some incredible rare and exotic gear, weapons and such you might never find out here on the rim. Drop by our shop and see what we have on offer. Excellent. I am most pleased by your business acumen, and I am sure you will be most pleased by the sweet swag I am offering in exchange. By now, Darrell turns sharply and on his heels and sinks back into the black market. That's where we're going to end it for today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be my new series for a while. StarCrawler. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you subscribe, please press the subscription button. description button. You can follow me on Twitter or on Steam, or just leave a comment in the comment section to let me know what you think of the new series or of the game itself. I'm really enjoying it. This has been StarCrawler with me, Cornish-Knight, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.